Okay, and right now we are going on to the GBP USD chart. All right. So right now I'm just gonna start this off from scratch so you guys can see exactly how I come up with all of my trades. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna get some support resistance lines out. Just try to mark out all the major key support resistance, because you definitely need to know this. You definitely need to know where price is most likely going to hit again, if it's going to reverse, if it's basically if it's going to do anything. So you got to know exactly where these support resistance line and the major ones as well. And right now that's just on the daily chart. Going to get a couple more in, and then I'm going to make a switch to the weekly chart, because that is a huge support resistance area. Okay, and let's take a look at this. I'm going to make this one thicker, and I'm going to make this one blue. So this way it's known that this one is the support resistance lines for the weekly, for the weekly chart. Okay, and right now I'm going to do a trend line. So I could just highlight that this is definitely going up. Major support resistance in this trend right here. And I'm going to get this one right there. Try to be as precise as possible with this. But price spreads around anyway, so there's not really that much use in trying to be perfect when it comes to this, but I'm kind of a perfectionist. Okay. So right now it looks like GBP USD is on an uptrend right now, and it looks like it's about to continue going through that uptrend. So right now I am going to put an arrow up so I can show you what I believe that the movement of this trend will be. I mean, of what price will be. Okay, and right now I'm going to mark that support resistance area. That's the next target. And then you have to wait to see, is it going to consolidate underneath that area? Oh wait, let me just go to the 4-hour chart. Okay. Okay, so on the 4-hour chart, sure, let me just go to the daily chart. Can't really see everything like that on the 4-hour chart. But yeah, on the, let me just put up another support resistance line. Okay, so now, like I was saying earlier, you're gonna have to wait and see, when is it going to come up here and then consolidate and then break through, which is gonna go to the next target, and then break through all the way up until it hits this, the top of this, this little trend right here, the top of this trend. But it looks like right here might be the most obvious of the pairing. Let me just see if I can get me another, or there might be another support resistance. There's a little bit of support resistance in this area. A little bit, not that much, but I'm not going to take a chance with something like that. But yeah, so you're going to have to check to see and be patient, be very, very patient. check to see if price is going to hit this area and then consolidate. And if it does consolidate underneath this area, then most likely it will go back down and then test this trend line, the bottom of this trend line, one more time. And then we're going to wait to see, is it going to break through and then hit this new area of support resistance? I mean, this new support line right here become newfound support, or is it going to basically be supported by the bottom of this line, by the floor, and then go back up and then test this again and be patient, because it's going to be the exact same thing that you do here. Copy, paste, repeat the same strategy like that. So basically, once when it goes back up, it hits this, check to see, is it going to consolidate underneath this line? Is it going to consolidate underneath this support resistance area? If so, then it'll go, just keep going back down and just keep doing that. But if it just breaks through, then you have this as the next potential area of where price will be going. So yeah, there's a lot of ways that it can go down, but the major way to make sure that you watch this and see all this happening is just be patient and wait for the confirmations to come. So basically, the way that you want to look for it, just once when to identify the breakout, just make sure that when you see that the breakout happens, like sometimes there could be consolidations, but in the breakout, the price will definitely close above this line, and then this can become newfound support, or it'll just keep going and then just make some newfound resistance or break through that resistance and just keep going. So yeah, just make sure that you are patient when it comes to this, guys, because this is some major stuff right here. And yeah, it's pretty easy when you just, well, I don't want to say easy. That's the last thing I ever want to say when it comes to something like this. But yeah, just make sure that you guys just be patient and wait to see if price is going to close above this line. And then it most likely will just be supported by this area. And that's kind of where people do lose money, because then they're going to think it's consolidating, it's most likely going to go down. But no, it depends on how the consolidation is at the same time. So that being said, just be patient and make sure that it goes up and then breaks through. And to identify the breakthrough, price is going to close above this line, and it's going to keep going up, or is going to consolidate a little bit right here. And it might dip a little bit down and just as little fake outs, but just make sure that when you do that, it's going to, it'll, like if it does that, breaks through and then consolidates on top of this line, that's newfound support. And if you're being supported, you're going to get to go up. And yeah, if you're not, and if this thing does not get any type of resistance, it's going to keep breaking through. But if there is resistance underneath this line right here, then expect the price to go back down. So yeah, it's just all basically just being patient and waiting to see where price is going. So yes, thank you so much, and have a very wonderful day, and let's get this money.